Now, Kelly Khumalo's legal representative, Magdalene Moonsamy, has been named as a member of the newly appointed SABC board. She will serve a 5-year term alongside 11 other non-executive board members. Moonsamy is the founder of the Women's Justice Foundation, a former member of parliament and a practicing attorney. She recently made headlines for being denied access to the Senzo Meyiwa trial. She was on a watching brief for her client, Kelly Khumalo. She joins us now to expand on some of these aspects. Very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. I suppose congratulations are in order. You're now on the SABC board. What does this now mean when it comes for representation ahead of the Senzo Meyiwa trial?
Thank you so much, Joseph, and point to the listeners. You said so many things. I'm trying to find exactly what question you're asking me. But let me try and answer what I think you want to ask.
What I'm asking you, sorry, just for clarity, what does this new role mean for representation ahead of the Senzo Meyiwa trial as it will be resuming?
You will understand that boards are a combination of individuals from various walks of life. You have auditors, you have lawyers, you have advocates, you have lawyers, you have auditors, you have people who have been in the film industry, you have all kinds of individuals that form a board. That does not necessarily take that away from the fact that a board is responsible for oversight, especially in relation to governance, good governance and accountability of an institution, irrespective of the role that they may play. Now, why I find that you might find this to be interesting for yourself is that the case has gained some kind of media attention. That does not necessarily take away the best interest of my client from the fact that I have to play an oversight role of good governance, accountability and transparency to the SABC. It's two totally separate aspects, which have neither influence on each other, because one is presided over by a judge, by the judicial system, and the other aspect is handled through the executive. So I think that is where we need to start to educate ourselves about to what extent does this have or not have any kind of influence in any way. There's no influence. I will continue to speak to the media as a representative of my client if the need be. However, I will equally speak on issues of the Western Sahara as I do, and other international issues and other legal issues and other matters as I usually do. I'm not someone that you are unfamiliar with. So it is not something that is new and unbecoming and in any event something that is I don't know you and you don't know me, then we would be lying to society about our intention.
Okay, so you say it's two separate aspects. Perhaps expand a bit on your powers on the board and the powers that you will have to control the broadcaster's narrative. I mean, look, we can't separate the two right now. Your client, it's important because we know that the SABC board has a history of alleged interference.
I am not going to be involved in bad histories. I don't have one myself. Neither do I have a bad present, and neither will I have a bad future. That's the first thing. So those involvement of individuals that may be rumors or may be fact are of no consequence to myself as a human being who has integrity. Now, I have got no intention of influencing any broadcaster. You have a right as a broadcaster to publish independently the media and the news that you find is important to yourself. I have a prerogative as a member of the board to ensure that the news that you are going to be putting out there, the content is factual and credible. Be that any story for that matter, there's an oversight that must be exercised, not only in terms of content, but fiscal viability, but also in terms of employment viability, in terms of all aspects that influence, that must be able to create the kind of board that we want, that is a public broadcaster with the passion, with the morale, with the energy, with the fact, with the determination to broadcast fearlessly and without favor.
I like the fact that you talk about the importance of factual and credible news. Let me ask you this. I mean, will journalists, for instance, be able to run exposés on your client, Kelly Khumalo, without any interference?
Of course, they're journalists. That's their responsibility. Mine is to defend my client in court. It's not to defend my client in any other aspect. I mean, if you call me, I'm going to speak to you, but not as a member of the board. I'm sure that there are people who are moms and they are also daughters. They also have employment and they've got friends. So you can't just expect a person to be one thing in all times unless they're very bored individuals. I just so happen to have a lot of things that I do, and I do believe that I have the credibility, and if I did not have the credibility, I would not have been appointed. I am able to separate issues confidently so. And it's not going to interfere. Why would I don't remember at any given moment where I've harassed any of the journalists on SABC or influenced them. And yet I've known them for eons. And you would know this because I've come back from the media for many years being in the media environment.
And very lastly, sorry to cut you short there, just for the sake of time, the Judicial Service Commission's requested President Ramaphosa requested that he suspend the presiding judge in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, Judge Maumela, yes. What's your take on this?
Well, let us allow the Judicial Service Commission to undertake what it must do, and let us allow the President to apply his mind in respect of the matter. The matter proceeds on Tuesday, the 2nd of May, if I'm not mistaken, and we will then be able to get an understanding of what the circumstances are relating to the trial from that point on. But let us allow the President then to apply his mind accordingly, and let us allow the Judicial Service Commission to make its input as it deems fit and proper.
Yeah. Very well. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time. Let's perhaps leave it there for now.